I feel the vibe, yeah. I feel the vibe, yeah.
So yes, Big Footballer TV, we're back and we're going to discuss the SinBin. Now the SinBin to me, it reminds me of when I used to play football, and that was five-a-side football as a kid, and you get put into the SinBin. Personally, I think it would probably be a nightmare for referees to manage, because if you're putting 4 or 5 players in the SinBin at different times, you know, how do you keep the timing of that? But hey, what do I know? We have Craig here, the referee, and you can explain it to us a bit more and your experiences of it, and later on yours as well.
And how we manage it.
Yeah.
So, someone somewhere has brought out new pads, referees pads. That helps us a lot with that.
Okay.
Remembering it's only for dissent. If you've got, personally, I can only speak for me as a referee, but if I've got 2 people in a SinBin for dissent, then something's gone wrong with my management of the game, is how I would take that.
Yeah.
I'd expect one, but I'd expect that once I've done one, the players are going to learn that I'm going to take it seriously.
Yeah.
Again, me personally, what I do is always approach the teams before we start, and I tell them that there is SinBin, I'd rather not use it, and I always use the stepped approach and get the captain in. But how we manage with regards to timings is that on these pads, when we take the player's name who we're going to put in the SinBin, normally when you do a caution, you're going to put the time and the code of what is done, and we just put the time in 10 minutes time of what it's going to be. So you're going to put that it's on the 16th minute, for example. You know on the 26th minute on your watch, he's going to come on. So if you're then going to do another one, you just put it next to his name, the time that you're taking the SinBin, and then you manage it on your watch of when. Yeah, that's the way that we manage it. It's just you're writing down on the sheet, like you would for a normal caution. You're writing on the sheet the time of the actual time you're putting him in the SinBin, and then we then know when it's going to come out on the SinBin. The best one is when it's in the last 10 minutes and then he's not going to come back in.
You're going to be like 10 watches on each other.
Which that was, when it came out, we was all referees like, how are we going to manage that? And it's just a simple addition to the match day pad, of which you can buy anywhere. And
have you had many players been seen this season in the combination, especially?
I've had 2. One in a pre-season game.
Come on.
That's
One in a pre-season game. Again, stepped approach, gave him a warning, got the captain in, 1 more, he's gone, and and then interestingly, that was the first league.
So that's how you win trophies.
And again, it was, I'd actually got the captain in, warned him, he's getting on my nerves now, and then literally I called him and I said, listen, no more. If you say anything else, you're going in the SinBin, and we were in the last 10 minutes. I think it was 1-1 at the time because it finished with a draw. Or it might be 2. And one of the draws that you've had.
That's right.
And as he walked away, he then had another comment to make. And lots of players, as a referee, most players want to do that. They think that they want to have the last word, not listening to what we've just said, and then it's okay, come back here, and spend 10 minutes. And then it's interesting that how fast they think 10 minutes is over. Really. Well, how long to go? And he didn't quite get this. We're on the 85th minute, you've got 10 minutes in the SinBin, you are not coming back.
It's like you haven't got VAR because it'd be a lot longer, wouldn't it?
Well, we're going to get to that later on. So the SinBin, I know if you pick up a yellow card or a red card.
Only for dissent.
So what I was going to say is yellow card, red card, you get fined. SinBin, do you get fined?
No. I think you can get to a certain amount. I think we went to the SinBin course. I think you get to a certain amount and then you get a fine. I think it's 5 SinBins. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what we got for it.
What they say is it clocks up your top and up points. So discipline-wise, even though you're not paying your fine, 10 and fine. If you've had 10 SinBins, it'll add up your points. So at the end of the season, if you've got bad discipline bill, they'll all add up.
I mean, to be fair, me and Martin have discussed this a lot. Even through the summer when we heard rumours about it. I think something had to be done because the way some of the referees are treated, and I'm not saying it because Craig's I've got a lot of respect for referees because me and Martin have had this conversation. Without referees, we can't play games.
Exactly.
And to try and encourage more referees coming up from the youth level into men's senior football, we've got to cut the discipline out and then the dissent. That was, you know, it was getting well. I mean, I've been involved in games over the years where, you know, some players have literally had to be pulled away because they want to hit a referee, which don't condone. You know, I'm one of the most passionate players there is out there, and you know, the referee sometimes will make a decision that you don't agree with, and it will get you heated, and you will, you know, because you're passionate, you want to win. You know, some people just go out there because they want to play football, but you know, I like to think a lot of us go out there because we want to win games. But no referee deserves to get assaulted.
Not at all.
No referee, you know, really should put up with some of the language at the same term. So I do feel that something had to be done. I just feel.
Do you agree with it?
No.
I don't agree.
No.
But
That's not.
With regards to the abuse, I think the system is a good thing, but it has to be used properly. And I don't. If it was me and one other guy I know as a ref, we wouldn't need the SinBin, because to be a referee in not only the kids' game where you've got the parents that are the issues, but in adult football, it's about personality. And you either have the personality to be able to deal with it, or you don't. And I think that the SinBin is for those referees who don't necessarily have the personality to be able to manage certain situations. And what happens, for me, the tool is, you know, I will let you hang yourself, for want of a word, to a certain extent, and all of a sudden, listen, I've given you enough rope. And by that time, what I do as a ref is I will get the captain in, and hopefully the players will start managing the player for me. And that's the thing, but it's for the referees that maybe haven't got the experience I've got, where it's a good tool for them to be able to use.
You're an ex-footballer as well, though.
It was piloted for 2 years, and the feedback that was received from all participants, teams, everything, was that the dissent levels went down, and that's why they pulled it in, because the recruitment of refereeing is not a problem at all. Retention of referees is massive, really, really difficult, and that is because of the abuse, the referees.
Because I was going to say that for me, when I heard about the SinBin, I was thinking, wouldn't that just make it worse? Putting players into a SinBin, and like I said, if you've got another player to put in a SinBin, if you've got two opposing players at the same time, then you've got a problem off the pitch.
I think it would be better if they've got to do that. You know, this is where roll, and we don't do it in our league, but this is where roll on, roll off comes into. Because you can actually say, you could actually say, couldn't you, rather than going to SinBin and go down 10 men, take him off, call down. Because what you've got to look at is, in the summer months, it's not a problem. But when you've got a guy there, you know, I know he's done wrong to have gone in the SinBin, but when it's winter, it's freezing cold out there. The last thing a player wants to do is be standing there in the freezing cold. Don't get me wrong, I agree with Craig, if you've done wrong, then that's the rule, that's fair enough. But at the end of the day, you know, if you're standing there freezing cold, some players are going to be like, do you know what, I ain't got a problem with this. This is the rules and regulations.
But then not only that, if you go off and, you know, you come back on and you pick up an injury.
But there's nothing to stop them from warming up.
No, there's nothing. There's nothing, and they probably will be moving because they'll be ranting at the sides.
Let me just, because what will happen there, and there was a big, discussion about it. You've now got a player that you've SinBin for 10 minutes because of his dissent towards the referee. If he goes in that SinBin and he carries on his dissent, which happened in this game, it wasn't coming back on anyway, but then because he carried on in the SinBin, and then so that's a second SinBin offence, and now he can't come back on. So it's up to him, and players sometimes, and this is down to you guys to educate the players, that they don't know that. And so they go into the SinBin, and that's when you guys have got to take over and manage those players. Because if he carries on, it's not just 10 minutes, and you can't replace him. So then you go to 10 men.
A couple of games that we've been involved in, though, a couple of them have just questioned the referee's decision. And unfortunately the referees took it upon himself to put one of our players, and it wasn't. I'm not just saying it. You know, if it was definitely sent, then I'd say you deserve it.
But the other side of that is we played Gants Hill a couple of weeks ago with 3-2 down, 10 minutes to go or 15 minutes to go. One of their players gets SinBin, and we scored. We scored because they played.
And what was you were watching?
Yeah, it was,
It was. And did you think it was worthy of a SinBin
I'll fair
offence?
that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the best.
And there is a great example of how it works. Because what we're doing is going, right, you know what, you've cut the line and you're a manager of the opponent who've said, yeah, absolutely, it was definitely
Yeah,
dissent.
no, it was.
We've now got the tool to be able to send him, and the idea is that if that team does lose, because that's what will happen, you go down to 10 men, you then concede a goal during it, then hopefully that team will then manage. And in the changing room, if the team, yeah, exactly, if the team are worth anything, they will be. He would feel really guilty. Hopefully, he will be saying sorry to his teammates in the change, and that should educate him. Hopefully, to be able to not do it.
And the team as a whole.
It could be the best and the worst thing as well. You
Yeah.
get a player sent off, and then you lose the game because it's been sent off. Like so great, you lose the game because it's been sent off. What are you going to be looking at in the change room? You lose by one goal.
Yeah.
And it happened while you was off.
But the problem is though, John,
It won't happen again.
no, but what happens if you're a team bottom of the league, you're getting thumped every week, you're already 5 or 6-0 down, so you're frustrated, unfortunately.
Yeah, I get that.
And then also you've got to play off the pitch for 10 minutes. 10 minutes doesn't seem a long
No, I
time,
know.
but
It is
can,
a long time when you're
it can
struggling.
be. And a lot of teams, I think, if you was asking if you'd rather have a yellow card and keep 11 players on the field, and that player playing out 5.
But the thing is, you
You're learning that you're not taking the reason why it was brought in. You know, it wasn't. The FA have not done.
It was to cut down the yellow card. That's what
It
we
was
got
a cut
told,
down.
yeah.
It was
Yeah.
cut down dissent
Dissent
against match
against
officials,
yeah.
and that was it. So if all we're going to do is just go, okay, we'll carry on and we'll give
But-
you have the
yeah,
£10
no,
because
no,
players
no,
are
no,
going. Players are going.
no,
No problem with playing a £10 fine.
Can I? Sorry, go on.
Go on. I was just going to say that there were players that were going, oh, fellow, if I can give you dissent,
Yeah.
I'll have the £10 fine, no problem.
But I think.
I just wanted to say, I think Craig touched on it. I think sometimes it is, as an ex-player, it is down to the referee as well. You've refereed a lot of games when I've played, and one thing I would say about yourself is that you engage with the players. You engage with the players.
The thing is, he's one of the best.
Yeah, no. Right, he is.
One that's got the most experience. rather than one of the best.
And you engage with the players, and I think once you do that, you know, players are like, okay, I'm not. There isn't going to be dissent. Even if you want to, you just.
And that's a really good point.
Yeah.
And this is where I try and coach referees all the time. They come out and see me, and I encourage them to get there at the same time as me, so they can see all my pre-match and listen to what I say to them. Because what you can do most of your work as a referee before you've even blown the first whistle, with the communication that you have with those players and with the captains as well when doing the coin toss. And those referees who will set their level early on in the game will very rarely then have it. It's just about them using it. So many referees let the dissent get to so high and then do it, and it's in the 70th minute.
Yeah.
And listen, if your tolerance level for dissent is here, then when you get there, use the SinBin, and then the players will know. Because players in football, in most sports, they will push the boundaries with regards to the rules.
You do.
And with me, as you just said,
Yeah.
from mostly because I'm experienced and I've been around a long time, I've got Craig Pullen today. They'll know whereabouts.
That's what I know. If I've got you, the good thing about it is you're going to be professional as a referee, but I can have a bit of, I can approach you and I can have some banter. That's what football to me is all about.
I used to like that, mate, when I used to play. I used to say to the referee, oh, bloody hell.
You used to play?
I'll get the sweat. I used to say to the referee, I'd have to tell the decision referee, go, you know what, your last pass, that was a terrible pass. I go, yeah, you're right there, and I'll just carry on. But that's the approach I like.
Yeah.
I used to like.
As managers, coaches, that's what we do. I'll look at the fixture and I'll go straight to the referee who's the
Yeah,
referee.
you know what I'm saying, yeah.
And if it's Craig, I'll say players before the game, right, he's strict, blah blah,
Yeah,
get away, he won't tolerate that.
No.
If it's another referee, if he's a bit more lenient, you can have banter with him, he's good banter, you know.
Yeah.
Some referees you can't talk to, some referees you can. It's just as managers.
Yeah.
That's
what I'm saying.
Those referees that you can't have a conversation with because they will just send off if you
I
say
think
the
that's
wrong
where you
thing
get
to
the
them.
most dissent. That's probably.
It probably is, you're right, and they probably do have a huge amount. But for managers, you've got to know what you just said there about. I'm going to have a look see what manager you got, because then before you go out, let's remember that we've got this particular referee today. You know what he's like. He doesn't take this, and this. You'll be off.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So that's the SinBin. We're all going to go into the SinBin now and take a break, and on the back of that, we will be back for Goal of the Month, September. Welcome back, Big Footballer. Goal of the Month, September.
Majority decision.
Okay, so
Number 7.
Goal 7.
goal 7.
Yeah,
Cutting, cold hit.
goalkeeper made a good effort as well, made it look better.
If you see the ball,
On the turn,
Yeah.
turn the defender
and then
and bent the ball.
Yeah,
right to
don't
top
know,
corner. As John said, the keeper made a good effort, did it?
yeah.
It's
I
always
don't
better
think
when
he
you
can
makes a decent dive as well.
Exactly.
Rather than just standing there watching it go
Cameras.
top in, so he did make a good attempt for it. So.
I think what it was for me, it was tight between the female football.
That was
Where
a
that
captain
was-
girls
The one that
versus.
tipped it over.
Yeah, the one where it was similar, where she tucked it in and then played it over.
Yeah.
It was just not as
Big
as.
deal,
Yeah, I was actually at that game.
No, the other guy.
Oh, the other guy.
Where she brought it inside. It was very similar.
Yeah.
It was just with the men's one more. It was more of a pace, which makes it more harder to
And
see.
again, the goalkeeper makes it look better as well.
Yeah.
Goalkeeper really should go for that.
So you touched on women's football. What are your thoughts on women's football?
Well, Project I've got a niece who plays for London Bees, Barnet FC ladies. My niece, and she loves it.
Yeah.
She absolutely loves it.
Well, what I was going to do, I was going to say, but none of you said anything. Hold on to that thought, and hopefully we'll discuss that later on. But now we're going to go into VAR in the Premiership.
There it goes.
Who wants to start this off?
I think it's a joke. I think that anything that can help referees, I'm not just saying crazy because I've ref games as well. Anything that can help a referee is only going to be better for the game.
Yeah.
I don't think that's
That's not
the
helping.
answer.
You're not helping at all.
There's when you have goals ruled offside because a player's armpit is in an offside
Was that
position.
the from
Last
Nino?
night.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yes, last week
Against
And-
Villa, yeah.
Yeah, and I think
It's
it's difficult. Who's ever scored a goal with their armpit?
We have to remember the reason why this is brought in and the reason why it is at the level it is.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's at that level of football, it's
money.
completely different, and it's about money.
Yeah.
Right. They are PLCs, and they have to make money.
Yeah.
And when we're talking about a matter of fact, like an offside position, where it is a toe, where we all think that's ridiculous. The fact is, it's offside.
Oh yeah.
Right? And
I don't think
they wanted that brought in. The teams wanted it brought in because just one position in the Premier League can cost you £10 million.
Yeah.
And so that's the reason. And for me, what they need to do is learn from rugby. And we were talking about this. I think it was only yesterday about how with the microphones. With rugby, but yeah, and in the crowd, you have to buy £3 and you have to buy the earpiece. A bit like as a snooker, you see people that, and they can hear the.
Is that what happens in rugby?
Yeah, so you buy the earpiece and then you can hear the referee. So it's not on the tannoy or anything like that. But from a referee's point of view, as a fourth official, we have a button where we can turn off and turn on to be able to speak to the referee.
Okay.
And for me, what would make it better in the UK? And they all decided at the beginning of this season about the screens, and we've all seen about that. And the conversation at the moment on Match of the Day and on the chat shows that we see is that they want the referees to go over and watch this screen. They made a decision, and I know this from speaking to Premier League guys. They made a decision at the beginning of the season. They would trust each other because I'm going to be your VAR this week, and you're going to be my VAR maybe next week.
Okay.
So what you say, I'm going to trust you that you've seen it. And you come up with that decision and we're going to trust you. And I think we can all see that the frustrations that the referee not going over to that screen, especially when they have the screen there, personally I would be thinking, okay, if you've agreed not to use the screen, don't have the screen there. It's simply makes sense.
But shouldn't it be the referee's decision?
Yeah.
Say the
But
referee's
they're all a
decision.
team. They're all a team. Yeah, you've got to remember that there was,
You
we
are.
started off there were three.
Yeah.
You know, you referee, your two assistants, they're a team, and we take the assistant referee's point of view that he thinks it's offside or he thinks it's a foul. We blow the
But
whistle.
like you said,
That team has now grown to 7.
but like you said, when you referee a game, you will go and speak to players and stuff, and other refs don't. The same thing, in my opinion, in terms of interpreting the law. If you haven't played football, then there's something.
I think with VAR, though, to be honest, it was brought in to help. I think the problem is with VAR, sometimes it seems like it's taking the game away from the referee.
Yeah.
I think if a referee's made a decision, and then someone in his ear says, well, I think you should look at that because I think it was offside,
Then he's going
then okay, he'll go there, or he should go straight to the screen and have a look himself. But the problem is, if someone's telling him after he's made a decision, then he's not, as far as I'm concerned, he doesn't seem in control of the game. And that's
But isn't that the whole reason why VAR
No,
is
They've got different views.
Yeah.
That's the reason why. They've got different views. And for me, what would make it better, and I think that we are going to go this way with regards to next year, they'll probably go and have a look at the screen. But what they need to do is, at the time that the referee puts his hearing, so we're going to go VAR, the VAR man presses his button, and at the press of that button where he can now speak to the referee, it then becomes audible for the TV companies, so we can then hear it as a TV audience. And if you've bought the £3 gimmick or whatever you need to buy at the stadium, you can then hear it there. And then we see on the screens, in the stadium, we see on the screens what they're looking at, and then we can say, exactly like it is in rugby, is there a reason I can't deny this goal? And he says this, this and this. No, actually, it's not enough for me, it's not, and so we'll rule the goal, whatever. We just need to be more transparent with the decision. At the moment, it's all close.
It's very, very emotional because the Man City Tottenham Champions League semi-final at Man City's ground, being a Tottenham fan, you know, they've got a last-minute winner. I'm on the floor. Oh, no.
But the thing is, like
They've obviously cancelled it, and then
from what's happened this season, though, it is genuinely right. Yeah, the offside is an offside.
Yeah.
I mean, the armpit one was taken it to the extreme, I think. But the general consensus is the decisions are right.
I think Liverpool have been hard done by this season.
There was I thought West Ham support was all over me saying West Ham really done
No, there was the penalty incident as well where I can't remember who it was all over Matip. And that didn't even go to VAR. And I think that's one of the problems.
Do you think that the looking at it, some of the decisions with the offside, you know, Aubameyang against Man United, when the red line would give it as offside, and thank God for VAR because we wouldn't have got, I'm an Arsenal fan, we wouldn't have got that goal back and we would have probably lost the game. But that was, you could tell, you know, it's easy for us to look, but when you're a linesman, is that because you're not 100% sure? Is it because you can't keep up with play? I'm not saying that he's not fit.
The game's so quick.
What happened with that?
I'd rather debate about it.
That particular incident is we've got a linesman, we've got an assistant referee, and he'll be standing, he'll be the most person who's sitting there at that evening going, how on earth have I done that? What he did is he looked at the ball. And what's happened, at that speed, at that level of the game, a player, when he's looked at the ball, it's like that, or it was like this and he's on. By the time he's looked round, the Manchester United player, I think it was the England player, the centre-back, Maguire, had gone this way. Aubameyang had gone that way, and by the time he then looked round, there was 6-7 yards between them. His brain said, that must be offside. So his flag has done that.
You're asking the linesman to do two different things.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Really. Because he can be hit from 50 yards away, and then he's got to exactly see where the ball's hit, and still have his eyes there.
Couldn't you have two linesmen? Two linesmen on this side and two linesmen on the other.
You don't need it.
But they're doing lines different.
You used to have
parallel, two different lines.
You used to have them on the goal line, didn't you?
What about the Sunday, the incident with the Everton?
VAR should have cancelled that.
Surely that way. Well, it wasn't. It's been overturned. I know.
There's a ruling. There's a ruling.
There's something I've said to a few people, and it's probably going to sound quite laughable. You know the cameras there along the running tracks that keep up with the fastest runner. Why can't you have that on the side of the track? Because you can have.
It's an interesting point because when VAR was brought out, I was speaking to a championship assistant referee, and he said that VAR is the beginning of the death of the assistant referee.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we've got laser that can tell whether the ball is in and out of play. But what we can't tell, computers can't do at the moment, is tell who the ball came off last. And that's the reason why they are still needed. But once we've got technology to be able to do that, to be honest, I don't think you'll need a man in the middle either. But the game will last forever.
We might as well just stick to FIFA.
Yeah, you might as well.
The thing is over there, if you was having something similar to the running track, you could have a laser on the ball at all times, and also it could be following the last man.
And that could then be a buzz to the referees then, and then they blow the whistle.
It could be a bit accurate all the time.
Yeah, it's just more
than
than
technology, like a globe, like that along the running track. attack.
Yeah.
They would have the laser on the ball and laser on the last man. So you pick up with the last man,
Okay.
but still have the laser on the ball.
We're going to have to bring this in. You people at home, what are your thoughts on VAR? If you look below the screen, you can see our social media and let us know. Just added that one. So our next topic, women's football. I went with Big Footballer TV to the Homeless World Cup, and the women's teams there were really good. They'll probably beat a lot of teams in our divisions, like Sunday League. And from there, I've seen a few FA Cup games, like the goals that we saw, like Clapton, great team, Oakwood, watched them play QPR as well. And I'm really getting into it.
Obviously,
it's really good.
It's very popular, very, very popular. My niece plays for Barnet, plays for London Bees, full time. I say full time, they train 3 or 4 nights a week, which they love it, they absolutely love it. There's been a lot of conversation regarding should they get the same money as men's football in the FA Cup or what have you. Unless they don't get the sponsorship or the crowd, it's not going to happen.
Can I just touch on the crowd? Watching Clapton, Oakwood, there was easily 100 fans, and they weren't even playing at Spotty Dog. And it was amazing. I mean, again, you can watch it on Big Footballer TV. They've got their sort of ultra fans and stuff. Like the atmosphere. Like I haven't seen a Sunday League game, not even a cup final.
It's perceived as more like family friendly, you know.
Yes.
I think with Clapton though, I mean, we've got to understand, I know very well, that they are the whole club. It doesn't matter if they had an under-10s team, they'd have a big crowd. They're like a community club that's been formed only in the last couple of years, and you know they get a load of fans for their club.
But for the women's,
they're all like a community. They all get behind the club.
Premiership, Tottenham and West Ham ladies teams, they never had to play in their stadium. They always played in the surrounding or over park. Now they played Tottenham ladies played at their new stadium.
They have to play
West Ham now
have
a decent
same as
stadium.
the under 23 development in the men. The women's game, we've got England versus Germany this weekend, I believe it is. And it's the biggest. It's the biggest.
1,000, isn't it?
Yeah, it's sold out. They haven't sold the whole, but all the tickets that were for sale have been sold out. And I was fortunate enough to be appointed. I've done West Ham, Manchester City, ladies. I did Tottenham versus Manchester United last year when both teams were top of the table. It was the title decider at Cheshunt, where Tottenham play their home games, and there were 1,700 people that day supporting that. It was top of the table, and now we see Manchester United play Manchester City at the Etihad this year, and that was a record at the time for the women. So it is massively growing. The input, when we talk about money and getting paid, Sky, BT Sport or Barclays, I think it's BT Sport that have put money in this year, and all the clubs and all the ladies are now professional in the Women's Super League. So it is only going to get bigger.
Spurs playing Arsenal. I think it's 17th of November at the main new stadium. The tickets are going.
And I think it's like what you said. It's family friendly. Because if you look at most sports in America, it's family friendly. You go to their grands there, everyone's there. They all go to games, whether it be NFL or MLS, and I just saw that with the women's football over here.
I think we've got to remember it's Fulham. I think Fulham were the first professional club many years ago when Al Fayed was the chairman there, and he made it. And we actually had a lady at firm. She was a lawyer, and she actually got asked to be a professional, sign a contract. But at the time, it was only for 25,000 a year. She was on about 80,000 a year. So she said, "Sorry, I can't take that big drop." But they were the first club. I think a lot of people think Man City were.
We actually had the guy that owns Flamengo. His daughter lived there as well. For a little while, and this was years ago.
Also, I think teams in the coming years or next season, they can get grants to start a ladies' team within their club.
The thing is, if you're a professional club already, like Arsenal won the Forest, I think Forest are the ladies' team, and a lot of the Premiership and Championship have got women's equivalents now. You know what I mean? You shouldn't really need the funding. You know, they make enough money for merchandising. You you know, you're talking about grassroots. I assume we should get funding.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, you're saying
yeah.
as a
On the refereeing side of
Yeah.
the female game, because the structure is different with regards to how you get to the top level.
Yeah.
I'm the equivalent of the Women's Super League referees. Yeah, so the female referee can be my level of referee in the male pyramid, but then officiate at UEFA level.
Wow.
And we can go. I can choose to go down that route if I wish to.
Yeah.
I personally don't, but it's really opened up with regard for referees with the opportunities there, and it's a completely different game to referee. I get my satisfaction from refereeing is that, and lots of players, why on earth do you do it? Once you've delivered a game and you come off and you've had handshakes and you think to yourself, do you know what, I've done well, I've enjoyed that. The feeling that you get can't be. The only probably winning a game as a player is the only thing you get out of it. And it's, for me, the technical ability of the women is good. It's just the physicality and the speed of it, and the lack of dissent that you get doesn't give me the challenge to manage that game.
So you say you like the dissent?
I like the challenge to manage it. Yeah, because you do. It's very rare in women's football. And the reason I don't do women's football is because I just don't get the challenge. It's okay to referee the game of football, but they don't cheat. They don't dive. They don't scream when they get touched like the men's game does. It's completely different.
But similarly,
I'm sure that's to come.
In reverse, we've got a female referee, Emma, haven't we? And she's a cracking ref.
Yeah.
I watched her do the Palms FC game on Sunday, and just did a little speech at the end of that, encouraging more girls to get involved in
And they're a mum,
and she's a good ref.
I watched her very first game when she started refereeing, when she was Emma Gregory and Emma Guest now, and senior county referee now, and only through the fitness is the reason she couldn't go higher in the men's game. But with the women's game, and talking about the pyramid of the women's game, lots of female referees were getting stuck at level 5 referee, which Emma is, because then to go to the next level you have to pass the fitness test, and the fitness test is the same for both sexes.
Looking at some of the
in the female game, it's the fitness test is not there. So it's just you can go up.
Sean, is it in the Premier League?
Sean
Massey. She does. Every time I watch football, she's on. She's doing a line.
She's been doing it for about
She left the game the other
Longer
day.
than that. I worked with Sean Massey probably about 7 or 8 years
She's been
ago.
involved
She was
for a long
11.
time. But she's done a game in the middle the other day, and I was like, well,
Wasn't that lady referee done a top game?
she's
The
done
World
men's.
Cup.
It was the
Oh, there's Super Cup.
Super Cup.
Yeah, she's done it.
She had a good game, you know?
Yeah.
She done well.
So there you go, people.
Men's referee.
Big Footballer TV supporting grassroots football, men and women's. We're out. Get involved. There you go. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Chris, probably too late. Just want to thank Big TV Football for getting involved with grassroots football and supporting it and encouraging it. And thank you very much.
Yeah, well,
Thank you.